kept my monsters underneath the bed we shared. Thought if I stayed quiet long enough, you never know they were there. You had a way of looking through me like a window pane, and I spent every night pretending I felt nothing but your name. Wore my darkness like a second skin beneath the silk. Smile for every camera while my insides curdle like oat milk.
There's a version of this love that could have lived an honest life, but we were both too wanted to survive the truth at night. And I wanted to tell you everything, every shadowed and unspeakable thing, but the words kept dissolving before they could sing. We whispered our demons instead of saying them loud. We buried our reasons somewhere deep in the crowd. Loved each other sideways, never straight through the heart. We whispered our demons, and that's where it fell apart. That's where it fell apart.
I carry Compton in my chest like a loaded testimony. Every scar a sacred scripture, only God and grief can know me. Met a girl who wore her damage like a crown of quiet fire, and I recognize a pattern cause I built the same empire. We were mirrors facing mirrors in a hall of infinite reflections. Two people running toward each other from completely different directions. I told her half the story and she filled the rest with faith, but half-truths in a whole love always find a way to break, hey.
And I wanted to tell you everything, every shadowed and unspeakable thing, but the words kept dissolving before they could sing. We whispered our demons instead of saying them loud. We buried our reasons somewhere deep in the crowd. Loved each other sideways, never straight through the heart. We whispered our demons, and that's where it fell apart.
Yeah. See, the thing about two broken people finding broken love is the pieces fit together till they cut you bad enough. I was preaching on the album about the truth to set you free, while at home I was a prisoner of everything in me. She would write it in her journal in that small and careful hand. All the things she needed me to finally understand, but understand requires a man who slows down long enough to hear. And I was always somewhere louder, running from my fear. So we whispered when we should've screamed it to the sky. Kept our demons on a leash when we should've let them fly, because the only way through darkness is to name it in the light. And we spent so long in shadow that we both forgot to fight.
I dream about the version where we both chose to be brave, where we laid our demons out between us like a map we made, where you looked at mine without flinching and I looked at yours, and we loved each other honestly through every open sore. Maybe brave looks different when the stakes are this exposed. Maybe brave is just two people who refuse to keep things closed. I would rather be afraid and known than comfortable and lost, and I would pay that terrified and honest price, whatever it cost. We whispered our demons instead of saying them loud. We buried our reason somewhere deep in the crowd. Loved each other sideways, never straight through the heart. We whispered our demons.